Songs of Syx version 62, Sickness and Health has finally arrived. And what do I have in store for you this time around? Yes, a bonus feature that took a lot of effort to put in is private housing. You can see them here. This is the small variant of a house. It's called an apartment. It fits 2 people. And what's cool about this is that the people will look for houses, and when they find one, they will claim it, and then they will bring their own furniture and furnish it randomly according to their species. So you can see here, this is a Garthini house which has this creepy floor. And these are kind of a low tier housing because there's this feature here which lets you dictate what furniture they get to use. And of course, the more furniture they get, the happier they become. But this is also a big drain on your economy, a new drain. 0.25 resources of each furniture vanishes each year. So yeah, it degrades. So you need to keep the steady flow of resources that goes to furniture alive. And there was some backlash when I first showed this. I think it was mostly me not communicating it well. I think you should try it out and see what you think. I think it's awesome, to be honest. Not awesome, that sounded quite bad for me to say, right? But I think it's a nice addition to the game. It's not worse than what we had before. It's a lot better. That's better. And let's see, that's that. And then sickness and health, we have a new thing here in properties called health, and you get health from you get a base value from your species, and then you add on to that by allowing more food rations and access to a physician. And the physician is just an ordinary room. Let's see what it is. It's here somewhere. Physicians. There we go. Here's a physician. And it has physicians working in it. And subjects will go here and for their medical checkups from time to time. And they get a boost to their health from it. If a disease strikes, let's cheat one in here. You get this message, white shimmer. That's a quite, it's not a severe disease, thankfully. It says here some information about the sickness, and you can have a look here in the new notifications. You got infected people. This guy here is infected. So what will happen to him is that he will go to a hospital, which is a new room as well. We could follow him here. Where's the hospital? Come on, Nemo. Move it. Move it, Nemo. Where did you go? There we go. Here's the hospital. Hospital is also a new room. It requires opiates and fabric to work well, or to work at all. That's how it was. And infected people will go here to recover, and they have a much higher chance of recovering. If you don't have a hospital, they'll just lay around, and eventually they'll recover by themselves or die. And they'll die in the hospitals too, but it's the chances are reduced. And here's another guy. He's been injured because we also now have accident events. Apparently there was an accident here that we missed, and what's good is that these accidents happen quite regularly, and now you can suppress messages so you don't have to see them again. But you also have here injured people. This guy is injured and he has purple blood. Note that fine detail there, and he's recovering here, so that's nice. But unfortunately I think he's gonna die because he's too injured to treat. So that's that for him. But at least he gets some pain relief from the opiates before he dies. So that's all good and well. And we also have insane people, deranged people. And people will go insane from now and then. It depends on their some property here that I put in. Not in physics, behavior. No, not in rates. Here we go. A medical checkup. Neuroticism. So neuroticism determines how, well, it says right here what it does. And insane people will walk around and being insane. They can be treated in an asylum, which we were at just now. Here we go. A whole asylum complex in this city. These cities, by the way, that I'm showing are from alpha testers. And a big thanks to them. This time around, for the first time in Songs of Syx history, we've had alpha testing, which has been great for me because it's not so stressful. And beta should now be more or less stable, so you don't have to worry too much about losing progress and such when you play the beta now. These people are treated as they will recover randomly, maybe never, maybe in a year, who knows. But they're being treated, that's what counts. And the final room I have is a retirement home. Let's see here, it's in occupation. We don't have any retirement home in this save, maybe in another save that I have here. Let's see. Maybe. There's supposed to be an infrastructure. Retirement homes. No retirement home here either. But in either case, a retirement home is a place that you furnish and everything, that where your retired people can spend their time, and you get some happiness boost from that. So that's that. And the other big thing is that we have a new species. Oh my, I forgot to remove this one. Oh, never mind. We have a new species, the Arganouche. See if we can find an Arganouche somewhere. Maybe here. No, never mind. I will never find it here, but this city has Arganouche somewhere. They look pretty cool. They're made from, let me think, his name is, anyway, it's in the patch note. I can't remember his Discord name, but he's an old fox in the Discord. He's done a lot of things, and he did these Arganouche sprites, and they're basically big spiders. But the Cantor and the Arganouche has been made into, you can no longer track them through immigrations like you did before. Instead, you have these camps on the world map. Let's see if we can find one. You can have see them all listed here. We actually have 2 camps claimed already. Lair of Hovmend. So the thing with these camps is that you need to own the province in which they're located in, and then you have to fulfill these demands, requirements that they have. And once you have, they will join you and you can immigrate them. This camp, for instance, has 33 Arganouche that you can immigrate. And same goes for Cantors. This has Cantors. So they are very simplified in terms of happiness. You don't have to do much. I'm still going to work on this in the future. They're going to act a bit differently than your regular population, because they're more or less like a creature, like an animal or a horse or something, in my mind. So that's what they will become eventually. And another thing that's new is that you can upgrade some rooms, for instance the library and the laboratory. Oh, I almost forgot. There's a new room called the laboratory, which works just as the library worked previously. The difference is that the library is now a room that boosts knowledge that is gained through the laboratory. So you need both rooms, and you can upgrade both rooms. And Why did I do that, you might ask? Honestly, I don't know, but there was some strangeness with having a library to generate knowledge. It doesn't really make sense. Now a library is a boosting facility instead. The new tech tree has been remade, and I've cheated, or someone has cheated in this city, so everything's unlocked. But this is not my doing. This is I'll tell you the story about Nathan. There's this bloke called Nathan that is known as Buildus Maximus on Steam and Discord, and he's made this mod called Total Rebalance something. And I reached out to him about a month ago and asked if he wanted to do some work on the vanilla, basically incorporating his mod into the vanilla game, because I rarely get time to do these things, to play around with balance and well, it's not in my nature either. My preference is just adding new features and bugs and just churning on. I don't really care much for the balance and the fine tuning of things. So, but Nathan seemed to do. So together we become a great team, and he's done a tremendous amount of work. And he has done this tech tree, for instance, which is moddable, just like before, but it has new looks and new mechanics. So it's that's a great thing. And this is a new pasture, a new animal called Baltic Crawler, basically only for the for Garthemi, which are now quite playable as their own race. Yeah, where was I? I lost my thread. But I think I covered most of it. Obviously there are hundreds of little changes and fixes and patches that I hope you will enjoy, but they should be self-explanatory. Yeah, that's all I have. No great complex system that I barely understand myself to explain this time. So this video is quite short and sweet, which I like. Next up, I'm going to focus even more on polish, at least for one or maybe two versions ahead. Polish for the city building experience. I want to wrap up the city building as much as I can and basically have that as a 1.0. And then I'll move on to the world, and I'm dreading the time I have to go back into combat mechanics to fix around there, because it nearly destroyed me last time, but I have to. I know I have to. So, but you'll have to wait a bit for that. And features for the next patches, I don't know really. It's more or less, it's quite up to you, to the community. I'll listen very carefully to what you want. There won't be any big things like boats or some complete game-changing things, but I'm thinking for next patch I'm gonna definitely add snow. Not that that has any effect on gameplay. Well, it might have just a little bit effect, but we'll see. And I'm going to incorporate the weather, because you actually have a weather system on the incorporate weather. As you can see, we already have these rain clouds moving about, and I'm going to attach that to farming, and so you'll have droughts and a lot of downpour and such things, snow, and then maybe do something fun with farming, maybe add a windmill or something that has some function. And then I'm going to look into water and see if we can have canals and pump houses and such to move water around, and do something interesting about the water table that's currently in, because it's kind of lackluster now and unpolished. So that's what I'll look into next version. I hope to see you then. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this new release. See you next time.